So there's a topic that I've been wanting to talk about on this channel for a long time now. On a daily basis I get asked how I am able to live like this. How am I able to travel so frequently and have so many experiences? I even get asked how I am able to justify sharing these great moments when it might make people doubt their decisions and happiness in their life. And initially I didn't know how to respond to this, even though I thought about it so many times. Am I doing the right thing sharing these great moments, or should I not? My only goal with these videos is to inspire people to get up and do things with friends. It's not necessarily to chase the lifestyle that I live, as it can be a hard and lonely road. And I think that all I can say or do is give you my side of the story to hope you get a better understanding of the life that I live. There is always so much more to one story than only their highlights, and I wish to encourage you to focus on your own journey and to be content with life. Because even if you know what your perfect life looks like, you won't ever really achieve it. The person you become and are to others is much more important.
So yeah, this video is about a topic that I've been wanting to share for a long time now, and I've thought about it for a long time, and it wasn't until I ran into a comment from someone that said, yes, this is a great video, these memories are amazing, I like the shots, but how do you justify sharing this when it might make people doubt their decisions in life and their happiness in life? And I think there's a big misconception about what my life actually looks like, because obviously I share the best moments of my life, but I don't share everything that it took for me to get to this point, to be able to travel so much, to be able to involve my best friend in my travels, and to travel together and make so many great experiences. There have been so many doubts on the road, there have been so many difficult moments on the road as well, but for me, living like this is the perfect life. And it might look like a perfect life, but it never really is perfect, because I have so many doubts as well as normal people have, and I don't compare myself anymore to others because I know what the goals are that I want to achieve. But every time I achieve these goals, there will be new goals that I want to achieve. And over the last 3 years, I've noticed that every time I achieved another goal, I realized this never ends. I will always have new goals. I will always want to achieve new things. So what I noticed is that there are different things that are way more important than the actual life that you live. So on the road, I've noticed that because I met so many different people, there were traits in my characters that I was lacking, and that people showed me that, hey, I saw in people so many great things that I was like, okay, why am I not like that? So what should I change about me? And because you're confronted with so many different characters, you want to change yourself. And in the end, these lessons, as well as lessons of seeing locals live their life, they were supposed to have it much worse than me, but still they seemed much more happy. And I was achieving so many things, but they seem more happy. So how is this? Why is this? What in the end is really important? Is it important that you achieve these goals, or is it important that you are happy with who you are and who you are becoming and who you are to other people? And in the end, I noticed that every time I achieved goals, this was more important. And yes, achieving these goals gets me more close to the perfect life that I want to live. And I don't think there is a perfect life for anyone, because you will always have doubts. You will always find new things you want to learn, find new things you want to achieve. So why should you compare yourself to the life that I live? Because 3 years ago, I was also at a point where my videos weren't good. But I knew that if I just put in the effort, if I started now, back then when I realized, oh, video is great, I can actually start making videos and get to that point where this person is already at, and maybe I can become as good as well, so let's try this out. So now I'm really happy that back then I just started and I just went for it, and I just went with the flow, saw where it took me, and I didn't compare myself to others. I looked at what other people were filming and how they were living their life, but I didn't see it as, because I'm not living the same way, I'm a failure. I just saw that, okay, I'm not there yet, but I'm just gonna enjoy the journey because this is where I'm at. The only thing I can do is move forward. But as I moved forward, I noticed, because of traveling, that there were so many other things that were way more important than achieving your goals and getting towards a perfect life. So to help you to know if this is actually a life that you want to achieve and chase, or if you don't, I will share a little bit more information of what happens behind the scenes of these travels and what my life really looks like. So obviously there are great moments. We travel, we get to these destinations, we have a great time, but there are things that other people don't notice when they see these films. So let's say we arrive to a location. We enjoy it for maybe 50% because the rest of the time we're filming, but we actually enjoy filming. So if you don't enjoy putting in the work, filming at these locations, and sometimes even making fake shots, because this is not reality. When I reach these locations, I want to make it look epic as possible, and sometimes what I film is actually not reality. The actual real moments are the ones where, for example, I'm on top of a volcano and we're hiding from the wind. Those 3 seconds or 2 minutes then where we go up and we actually film, that's what you see. Those are the highlight reels, but that's not actually our life. Our life is actually hiking on top of that volcano, sleeping a little, getting really exhausted and hiding from the wind just to get these shots to share with you. And there are so many other things there, as hours of transportations where you are in the car, you're uncomfortable, and obviously the first year is even more difficult because you have less budget, you have to sacrifice more, you have to focus on it more, and by the years it gets better, but it's never the life that you see on these videos, it's always different. And I think you have to realize that there's so many things going on behind the scenes that actually aren't that great, but actually turn you into the person that you are today because of all these uncomfortable situations. It changes your character and it changes the character of your friends, and everyone just learns so much from these travels. But then there are so many other things, because as a traveler and as someone that shares videos on YouTube and Instagram, I'm self-employed, so it's a business, so there's so many insecurities as well. Half of the time I don't know what my next jobs are. Maybe I know it for the next 2 months, but after that I have no idea what's going to happen. So over the last 3 years, I really learned to live with insecurities, and I learned to accept these insecurities. But yeah, it's a really insecure life, and this is something you have to realize and accept. And if this is something that you are okay with, then maybe this life is for you. But if it's not, then maybe it isn't. And there's other things, like we have to share videos all the time. We cannot go 2 months, 3 months without sharing a video, because sharing videos is our job. So we have to be on the road all the time, and this makes you miss family. It makes you be more uncomfortable. You're in new uncomfortable situations all the time. And if this is something that you want, something you're comfortable with, which me and Juanma are, then this might be the perfect life for you. But I think it's important you don't compare yourself to these highlight reels and your life to these highlight reels, because there's so much happening behind the scenes. And I think you have to figure out for yourself what your perfect life looks like. I don't think you will ever achieve a perfect life, because there's always more you want to achieve. And because of that, I think it's way more important to focus on this journey while also focusing even more on the person you are and the person that you are becoming and who you are to friends and what you can learn from them, than trying to achieve a perfect life and thinking you can actually achieve a perfect life. So I hope I was able to share a little bit more information of what my life really looks like. And if you have more detailed questions about what really happens behind the scenes and what I struggle with daily, then you can go in the comments and I will answer truthfully and try to get back to you. But you'll have to trust me on this one, that for these last 3 years, I've achieved so many goals that I've wanted to achieve my whole life. And I've really learned that achieving these goals in the end is definitely not the most important thing. And trust me on this one, that you should never compare yourself to others, because trust me that everyone has their struggles behind the scenes. They might be less, they might be more. You should never compare yourself to others and just focus on your own journey and where you are at compared to where you were before. Did you change for the better? Did you achieve your goals? Then that's great. But don't think you will ever achieve a perfect life. So thank you so much for watching this video. I know this was a little bit different, and we're gonna try to share more of these behind the scenes so that you can understand what is actually happening, also a little bit of the downsides. So yeah, don't compare yourself to others. Focus on your journey, focus on your friends, focus on being a good person, and learn from others, and peace out.